Yeah, so we're on our way to Southaven Park. Now this is a location that was the site of a UFO crash in 1992 that was investigated by the Long Island UFO Network.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
stay here. I'm here at Southaven Park in Long Island, and this is the site of a UFO crash that was reported by the Long Island UFO Network that allegedly took place in 1992. And this object crashed back here. Reports were that this object that crashed started a really big fire that closed down the park for a number of days, if not weeks.
Wow.
Cherry, orange, and grape flavor.
I'll drill inside them to find out.
I would say Southaven Park, to me, was significant, even though I wasn't there and I didn't witness anything. Well, I did go after the fact, and I did see, I was with Brian Levins and some other guys, and we did see where the trees were broken at the top. But I had an experience afterwards. At that time, I was working part-time, driving a school bus van.
Okay.
And I had to pick up a girl who was a matron. So I had to drive out to Shirley. which is near the Southaven Park. And when I picked this girl up, we had a conversation, and I mentioned Southaven Park as we were going by, and I said, were you familiar? I asked her if she was familiar with this downing of the UFO, and she said yes. She told me what had happened. She says the night of that incident, she says, me and a bunch of friends, we had climbed the fence and went into the park. And she said we no sooner got into the park when we saw all these military vehicles pull up that night. And she said we got the heck out of there. And we didn't find out until later that it was a UFO that was shot down and was brought into that park, which is always denied when people are asked about that. You know, they say, "Well, we didn't close the park. There was nothing going on." When you talk to the park official,
we're on the ground here at Southaven Park, where it has been reported a UFO crashed back in 1992.
Okay, so I'm in another location in Southaven Park. We've been looking all day, searching through the forests for some evidence of a UFO crash. Now, this thing took place, maybe about 30 years ago. So it's going to be, we're hard pressed to find anything.
John Ford and the Long Island UFO Network had conducted a thorough investigation of the area right after the incident occurred. According to Ford, a UFO crash started a forest fire in the park and was subsequently handled by the federally controlled Brookhaven National Laboratory Fire Department, located 5 miles away. Ford stated that he found an area burned out and some trees were bent over, as well as a section that looked like it had been plowed over by machinery.
John Ford did some testing on different things around here, including like an iron rod fence. We're standing in front of one right now.
Two things stood out for John Ford. One being that they were getting a higher than normal radiation reading in the area. That is, higher than regular background radiation. The other was that the fence line in the area had no magnetic reading. Metal fences are supposed to maintain a magnetic charge from the earth, but something had stripped away the magnetic charge of the fence, according to John Ford.
I was over at his house. It was late at night, like 10:30. And while we were in the kitchen having coffee with Brian Levin says, John Ford took Michael Hesseman. Michael Hesseman introduced himself. He says he was here in the country to make UFO film, a documentary. So he goes in, John Ford takes him down the hallway. They go into a room. He's setting up something on tape for Hesseman to look at. So Brian tells me, you should go in and take a look at what he's showing him. I go in there, and you see, this is in broad daylight, you see a commercial airline lying around. It looked like it's out on the, you see scrub pines, short scrub pines, just like out on Long Island.
Okay.
And you see, all of a sudden, you see a disc about a foot in diameter. It goes right onto the tip of the wing. And then it drops behind on the tail, and it's following about a foot behind the aircraft. And all of a sudden, a beam weapon was shot up a beam. It looked like a beam. Beam weapon is the only way you can describe it, not like a missile. It hits this disc, and it explodes into pieces, and you see smoke is smoldering. Pieces are coming down. And it's a handheld camera. You see it's very shaky as following the debris falling to the ground.
Oh, wow.
And I think someone gave him that from, Brookhaven National Laboratory out there. I think someone was feeding him information. And what happened was he would talk. John never showed that to the group, you know, but he would show Southaven Park where he had video of the night of the crash, and like you see volunteer firemen doing something, and he showed what looked like aliens. You know, I could never make out anything. He would say, "Can't you see the eyes? Can't you see this?" There's
Right.
something here that was so obvious. Like I couldn't understand why did he sit on that.
Where's Brookhaven anyway?
It's just 5 miles north of Southaven Park. We should be coming up on it soon.
I wonder who these people are that live out here.
According to Wikipedia, over 50% of the people in this county, well, one way or another associated with Brookhaven Laboratory.
Oh shit.
Go down here and turn around and we'll go out. Oh shit, here we go.
United States Property of Energy. Brookhaven National